There it is.
There we go. So there was traffic.
It was.
Well, it's a good thing we got GPS. Am I right, Brandon?
Yeah, that was a weird message. What was the weird message? Well, you got to wait until this intro plays, and then we'll tell you. What were you gonna say?
Do you believe in Joe Hendry?
What?
We here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GPS.
Yeah. So we tried to start the show, and we got this weird message from StreamYard that said traffic is unusually high at this moment.
Rush hour.
Yeah, and then it's like, please try again in 30 to 60 seconds. So I click a button to go live, and then I got a message about traffic being high. I don't know what the hell that means. So,
but we here.
We were cutting it close, but StreamYard made us late. So blame StreamYard.
Was pooping. It was pooping. It was pooping. Yeah, it happens.
StreamYard should really be paying us too, by the way.
It's true. I don't know what for, but once we figure that out.
For using their platform every time.
That's right.
And never speaking illy of it.
Never. Ever.
It
was a clean poop.
A clean sweep?
Yeah. Have you watched Receiver yet on Netflix? I have not.
No, didn't it just come out today?
I don't know. People are already like, Tom, did you watch it? I was like, I don't know when it came out.
It came out today, I believe. Yeah.
I am currently in
Or it comes out tonight. Yeah.
Oh, is it tonight? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm currently in the midst of a rewatch. I'm in the midst of a rewatch right now. Rewatching a series that I really, really like. Just finished season 2. It's the first time going back and rewatch it. The Leftovers. It's just as good.
Oh God.
Shit. God, it's so good. It legit. We just finished season 2, so it's literally like 2, in my opinion, of like the greatest episodes of television ever. So it's just so good.
Yeah, that show's great.
International Assassin. Come on now. It's so good. Anyway.
What's the guy's name in Leftovers? What's his
Kevin?
name? No, the actor.
Oh, he was in Parks too. Crap. I don't. Dude, I'm so bad at actors' names.
He's so hot. He is so hot.
Oh, Justin Theroux.
Yeah, he's so
oh my God, dude,
hot.
Shredded. Like every scene, he has his shirt off, and I'm just like, man, I just feel bad. Like I feel bad that I'm just not even close.
Do you think they like wrote that in, or he just walked in and be like, you know what, guys? If I take my shirt off in this scene, it will be a little better.
So there's actually inside jokes there, because in the first season, he's jogging and walking in like sweatpants, and you see that he has a pretty large penis, right? This is where this is me getting off the rails already, but this is how good the show is. So the writers literally wrote in jokes because like so many fans online were like, what is that? Like, come on, man. And so now it's an ongoing joke like throughout the entire series. So yeah.
Justin Theroux's penis. Let me Google that.
Are you Googling that?
Of course I am. Obviously, I'm not going to know how to spell Theroux, so help me there.
It's a great show,
Theroux penis.
I could not recommend.
There's a timeline of The Leftovers' longest-running joke, a timeline of every reference to Justin Theroux's penis.
I'm not making it up. I wasn't just like it's literally after that first season. It just comes like it literally. There's jokes about it, even in like the third season. Yeah,
that's hilarious. You know, honestly, that gives me hope that I could write for a TV show one day. If we just gotta get in dick joke references. I think if this all goes south, there's a future there for me, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, you could call on past experience, right? Like,
Sure.
Editing. Like you're in it, buddy. You're
Oh,
rocking.
yeah. He's got the goods. He's got the goods, guys. Okay. Oh,
but seriously, no, he is he's shredded that entire series, and it just makes me feel terrible as a human being.
Yeah.
So basically the opposite of how I felt after this.
No! Make him come. No! They're Minnesota Vikings crying on the field.
Such a good soundbite.
It's a great clip. It's a great clip. But anyway, we got some stuff to talk about today. We're going to talk about the NFC West. We're going to go through.
You're lucky I waited 5 minutes, okay? I want to start every show looking. What, NFC West? Is that where we're going?
NFC West. That's you wrote you. It's funny too
because the best penis in the NFC West.
I don't know the answer to that.
Ooh, I would like to find out though.
How would you find? Never mind. You know what? Never mind. Oh yeah. I mean, was NFC West? We already did AFC West. AFC West was the first one we did for Brandon Perna. So this is NFC. Yeah, the AFC West. It's the Chiefs division to win. That's 100% accurate.
Yeah,
so, that's it. And to lose. Also, speaking of TV, you watched Severance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just announced the premiere date for the second season, and it's January.
Oh,
Bro, that's been 3 years since the premiere. Come on, Apple. I know there's things going on, but 3 years, my dude. Come on.
I thought it was coming out like this week.
No, the trailer literally dropped today.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
Come on.
You know what's good on Apple is the Jake Gyllenhaal show right now.
Which one's that?
The Jake Gyllenhaal show.
Oh, okay. The Jake
Presumed innocent.
Apple TV, like, again, they have a bunch of sci-fi stuff I want to check out. Apparently,
they're better than HBO right now in terms of every show being of the standard we used to hold HBO to.
Dude, Shrinking, season 2, finished filming.
Also about penises, but yes.
Yes, one of my favorite shows from last year.
Shrinking was great.
It was so good. How are we doing? Stay cool, because it is hot as hell here. It's hot. Are you going through a heat wave too? Bro, it is hot.
Yeah, it's pretty warm here.
It is. It's not good here. It's not. I walked out this morning. It's been like 90 something degrees literally like every day. It's not enjoyable. I'm not having a good time. I'm not. Anyway, Perna, what else do you got going on besides NFC West? Maybe.
Seahawks sweeping the Rams and Niners? That might be the only two. What if those are the only games they win? Would you take it?
So sorry.
What if the Seahawks sweep the entire division, but they don't win any other games? Can you live with that? That's a weird accomplishment.
It's true. That's true.
What else do I got going on? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Just hanging, trying to enjoy this month before football gets going.
Okay.
Oh, actually.
See, I knew there was something. I just had to dig a little bit.
This is not me trying to sneak in an underdog promo or anything, Tom. But did you see what I did on the 4th of July?
Oh my God, was it the hot dog thing?
Yeah.
You won, right?
I won. I have found my niche of stacking higher or lowers.
Good job. But you won with the hot dogs.
I won with my I believe my account was back, but yes, here it is. I thought you would appreciate this, and everybody here would appreciate this.
How do you live?
First time I ever put money on hot dogs. Boom, higher. I won $150 because I researched wieners, which is a great fit for today's episode.
I'm proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, so we talked about Joey Chestnut being able to do the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, right?
Yes.
So what they did is he held his own charity contest where I think he ate against like some military members and they raised money. I don't know what charity. But that was later in the day. So it was like at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then I just looked up like the two favorites to win the hot dog eating contest. And I was like, all right, I'm going to take the higher on both of those guys. And then Joey, he's going to go after those guys and he's going to crush them. He's just going to be like, what did they eat? I will eat more than those. So I was like, let me just take higher on all these wiener eaters. Nailed it. Nailed it.
Listen, I just don't know. Does he just like throw up afterwards? Is that what, or are they just...
I mean, you would... I would want to.
I mean, you're eating 57 hot... Like, bro, like, I'm yakking.
Yeah.
Like,
we know, like, hot dogs are some of the most processed food out there. Like, you don't want that in your body. You don't want your body to process that. And then, did you see the dude who chugged the lemonade? Like, a gallon of lemonade and...
Yeah.
Was it less than a half a minute or
I got diabetes watching that. Like the amount of sugar, like my body would be like, no, we're done now. Like tap it out. We're done. We can't do it.
Yeah.
You just get older and older and you're just like, I can't eat as many hot dogs and drink as much lemonade anymore.
We talk about like NFL players putting their body on the line. Hot dog eaters, professional hot dog eaters. Those guys really put their bodies on the line.
True.
Anyway,
proud of you. You won.
I'm just sad there's not more wiener eating events for me to
gamble on.
Yeah, it's a game of skill. Okay, so we got NFC
Sleeper team.
What else? I was gonna try and bring up another thing. What else did I see?
I don't think theirs was sugar free. I don't think there was sugar free. I don't think so. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but is it sugar-free or is it some sugar substitute that's as bad as sugar, if not worse?
We just put asbestos in it. So
yeah, we got a chemical that tastes great.
It's fine. You guys are fine. All right, NFC West time?
Yeah, let's start with the Cardinals because fuck them birds, right?
Listen, the Cardinals are a team that I have said they could be like a low-key, maybe wild card team. I think they could be a little bit of a sleeper team this year. Potential playoff berth, because they're in a weak conference. It's more of just, it depends if Kyler Murray's healthy. I'm curious to see what their offense is going to look like. But I got a little faith in the Arizona Cardinals right now. They were a pain in the ass last year. Like, they beat, like, the Eagles. They beat the Cowboys.
Sure.
So did we. Like, they were a bit of... like a chippy team, if you will. So I would not be surprised they're floating around 9 wins. I would not.
Hold on, I'm trying to find something. I'm not ignoring you. 9 wins, chirpy team.
Oh, Perna's exactly winning on wieners. It's winning on wieners. Right, okay. Perna.
You know what? I'm going to guarantee that the Arizona Cardinals are in the playoffs, Tom.
Why would you curse them after all that?
I guarantee
slowly hyping
the Cardinals
them up. Cardinals,
are in
I
the
tried.
Playoffs.
I tried.
Because this offseason,
Eugene, I'm sorry.
I made the journey to Kauai. I discovered peace. I was reintroduced to a peaceful week. A moment in time I greatly appreciated. And who did I find in Kauai? This bird, Tom.
Yep.
If this is not a sign that the Cardinals are going to win it all, I don't know what it is.
Listen, I got you. It makes sense. It makes sense, Denver. I get it. So is that but what if it's a bad omen, Perna?
Well, then the Cardinals are where they are every single season.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
The Cardinals being last in the division, they'll be like, just another year.
All right.
Buffalo all the way.
Cardinals, I tried. I said you could be a sleeper team, but Perna has cursed you. I'm so sorry. I'm just.
Oh,
so sorry.
Hold on. Let's just keep going, Tom.
All right.
Let's just keep feeling the moment. Please hold.
Hold on. He's gone. Hold on. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my. It is reborn.
Look how big this fucker is.
When did you get that?
Last night. It arrived last night.
Oh no! Why are there so many spots, Brandon?
Well, don't
Why-
worry. I'm not going to be doing.
I
18
can't
team power
do 20
rankings.
teams. I can't do a top 20, Brandon.
It'll still be 10. I'm going to put 2 spots for every team except 10 and 9. They get 1 spot. So, and maybe like just a little wild card in there somewhere. You know, I'll figure out something.
That looks really well made, though.
I had to put it together. But yeah, it's costs like $180. So it better be good.
And you had to put it together too?
Yeah. I mean,
Sorry.
Amazon dropped it off. It's funny. Carmi was holding it, and it's like just her head's like peeking
Yeah, just
out
like
over
peeking
the top
over.
of it.
Wow. Okay.
We're
Yeah.
up in the game. And I've got Rachel working on a design for the middle here because it says spin to win.
No,
There's
it's
no
not
fucking
for
winners on the curse wheel. Come on now.
It's not.
This thing just comes off too. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, so
Wait.
it just comes off, so you can just replace it.
Yeah. So I'll just, whatever Rachel makes, we'll put it here. If you have good ideas for Rachel, please let her know. She's like, what do you
Rachel!
want on there? I was like, I don't know. Make it funny.
Satan did. Yeah.
Oh, here's what I'm thinking too, Tom.
See, we were going to get in the NFC West, but then.
I want to take it to a witch and have a witch actually curse it here in Denver. So
Please do.
I think that's the only.
Please do.
Make a little video of a witch actually cursing the wheel.
Please.
Yeah.
Please do it. Please, 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 please do that.
Yeah. And if I can't find a witch, maybe I'll get like a Necronomicon and I will curse it. I will put a curse on it every week.
Yeah, because that should wind up fine. There's no downside to that. Yeah. Okay.
There's got to be witches though, right?
Just ask Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron? Who's the best witch in Denver?
Yeah, and he's just like pulls out the Rolodex.
Oh, he's on
There we go.
Twitter, right? Is Rogers on Twitter?
Dude, so in New Paltz, where I went to school, they have like one of the, I think it's like one of the oldest in New York. They have literally like a witch store, and then they have another one downtown. I bet it's cool. It's cool. It's true.
I'm gonna tweet to Rogers right now. Hey, Aaron Rodgers,
Where the witch is at?
do you know who the best witch in the Denver area is? I need a only the
Ernest.
best
High on the Rams.
to help place an official
We got stuck there for a minute.
curse on my NFL curse wheel.
All right.
All right, here's the
Bottom
thing,
five.
guys. I am going to tweet this to Rogers, okay? Let's see here. Stop screen. Let's present. But I need you guys, I need your help to get so he sees it.
So
All
you
right.
could get blocked.
Yeah, if I get blocked by Aaron Rodgers, oh well.
Hey, I respect the respect you put on the name witch by capitalizing it. Thank you.
Yes.
It's a title.
I need only the best to help place an official curse on my NFL curse wheel,
A couple years, maybe.
which I use for my weekly power rankings. Please help. All right, I'm going to tweet this. I need likes and retweets. If he gives me a recommendation, I might just have to retire, Tom. We might have peaked. Boom.
Yes, please.
Dude, but look, check out, he's got the dragon. You must be watching House of Dragon, would be my guess.
He's a big Game of Thrones fan.
Nice.
He was
Oh,
on
yeah,
Game of
wasn't
Thrones.
he in Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring back Game of Thrones, Aaron. Oh, Jared Allen was on Kay Adams.
I don't know. I said if you are a witch or wicked in Colorado, there you go, Luke. Coming in clutch.
Hell
Big
yes. We got 14 retweets already. Yeah. We're going to do some numbers, guys. Yes. 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 Sick. It'll be really shitty, though, if I go and get it cursed and then it just doesn't work every week. Like if the curse wheel is...
It just keeps on landing on the Jets, and you're like, what the hell, man? And they just go on like an undefeated season. Aaron Rodgers like, I got you.
I sent you to the wrong witch, idiot.
That's right. That's right.
All right. We're at 31
so hold on.
retweets. Holy shit. Yes.
I just want to be clear of where this show has gone. We haven't talked about the NFC West yet. We talked about the Cardinals for a hot second. Then they were maybe cursed or blessed because Perna saw a somewhat red bird. But we've also talked about the leftovers, wieners in all shapes and sizes, and now witches.
We need to get Justin Thoreau in a hot dog eating contest. That's the next thing we need to do, Tom. I'm not going to lie. This is my favorite episode in a while already.
It's a 10 out of 10 episode.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just...
Oh, okay. Can we go down another path just for a second?
Go ahead, buddy. It's fine.
All right. So Monday, was it Monday? Yeah, I did an episode about the Around the NFL podcast getting basically just shattered by the NFL out of nowhere, right? And we don't know all the details. I got to watch the newest episode where Greg Rosenthal like kind of talked about it a little bit. But he stayed with the NFL, and then Dan and Mark are gone. And I was like, that's a tough situation because everybody's probably trying to make a decision about like their life, their family, their future. Yeah. And Greg had an opportunity probably with the NFL. And so I think like that's part of what went wrong. And then in my YouTube feed this morning, I just wanted to get your thoughts on this approach here. Let me see.
Tell me, buddy. Hold on. I'm just going to give a clip real quick to Isaiah just for the fitty for the kitty.
Oh, fitty for Isaiah?
You know what? Here you go. Perna, it's perfect.
Thankfully, me. I don't watch porn. I've never been into any weird kinky stuff.
Yeah, pretty much everybody eats bread.
I forgot that's at the end of that.
Ugh. It's so funny because Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, both unique individuals and just on completely opposite spectrums of uniqueness.
Yep.
All right, so
okay, let's go down the rabbit hole. Yes.
Yeah, it would kind of be like, if you, me, and just say Tree, we were all on the NFL, and then one of us stayed there. The other two are going to go off and kind of do their own thing. So I did the video about it.
Yeah.
And I pulled clips from the Around the NFL YouTube channel, the podcast where they have everything. And then this morning, I saw it just completely rebranded to their new show. I was like, is this the new channel they launched? And no, it's their old channel. So it's just rebranded for Greg because he's going to be hosting this NFL Daily. And I was like, this cannot be going well for like the community there. I clicked on like the video
11
and comments turned off. And I was like, fuck, that sucks. Like
that's not terribly surprising, but
no. So like, I guess like I wanted to get like your take on if you were trying to like guide this show after this breakup for like, and the reason I found it interesting is because like Around the NFL is like such a beloved show by people. Like I feel like they get the same sort of support as like we do here because they're like three guys or dudes just talking about football. They love the game. They can be fans about it. But like to just then go in and rebrand to the new thing, like kind of overnight, it seems like they should have started a new channel for Greg, even though like you've got to rebuild like a new audience there. I felt bad when I saw like comments were turned off because it's not a show that gets that sort of, I would say like negative sort of reaction from the people who are there. And when you do that, that's tough.
Well, it's not even just tough. I think you have a lot of, because they had like 47,000 subscribers, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, first of all, they can rebuild that. Like,
with the help of the NFL, right?
Yeah, with the help of the NFL, you could rebuild, right? But I think the issue is that you already have like a good amount of outrage / people are really upset that a beloved show that they enjoyed is being taken away. And then they're being like, okay, well, here's this other show, but also the other thing is gone, and we're also going to rebrand it to, they needed to start a brand new channel from scratch, because automatically, like, Greg, like, you're starting him at a spot where, like, this is awkward. Like, this
you're putting him
rough,
in a terrible position.
Yeah, it's not a great marketing idea.
Yeah, it's I think it's just, it kind of highlights, I think, like, the disconnect from putting a show on television via the NFL Network versus putting a new show on YouTube, where it's a completely different environment. And when they announced like the show on Twitter, the NFL media show with Greg, like the number one like sentiment there was like, we will support Greg and rock with him because it's Greg, but this sucks.
This sucks.
And it's like they took away that bit of support they had by just changing that channel instead of trying to start something new.
So can I, because you'll know more about this story than I do, is it budget cuts? Is it just like not enough people?
No, well, the podcast, like the YouTube channel, obviously like those numbers are low, but their podcast, the downloads, it was like consistently in the top 10 area of football podcasts downloaded. So I think the numbers were fine. I think I got to listen to see, because I think Greg talks about it in that episode, but I think the NFL wanted to have Greg have a bigger role within the NFL Network after they made lots of other cuts. And I don't think they saw opportunities there for the other guys, and basically forced Greg to choose between, I think, like continuing to work with the NFL or him having to choose to go off and do his own thing with Dan and Mark, which they could have done. But that's when you've got the support of a network, like that's a big leap to then go and make and do your own thing. Plus, I think the NFL owns the Around the NFL name, and
they could go start a new podcast on YouTube and it explode. Like, you'd have to start a new thing there. And I was oddly just listening to Dan Levitard talk about when he left ESPN, and ESPN gave him all the intellectual property for his show to go do his own thing, because that's how bad they wanted him out of ESPN. Well, because it was
Twisted. Yeah. Yes. Do I pray to a witch? What's the proper?
My wife's cousin, my father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate. I love that.
If it was his wife, I would have questions about Twisted. But it's got to always be a cousin.
It's a wife's cousin.
My single wife's cousin is definitely a witch.
Hey, that's pretty dope. That's pretty cool.
I'm Twisted.
We're gonna make this happen. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, they could go start, but who was it? Who had a really tough time after they left? And it was like ESPN just kept up, like they wouldn't talk to them. They literally like were black. They were like blacklisting folks who were going on the show.
Well, that was McAfee. They stopped.
No.
ESPN
I know that
people.
was with McAfee for a hot second. Oh my God, no. Who was that? I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I mean, those guys could go start a show and they'll be fine, because there's gonna be enough support, especially after this, and especially if they do it somewhat soon and it's for this season. But yeah, man, like, I don't know. I personally, like, I'll be very honest, like, I don't listen to a ton of football programs, right? So like, I never really like dived into that. I just never have. And I was like, okay, like when I saw this news, the only thing I saw was like, oh, how like beloved it was. Like I heard of it obviously, and like I had seen some things, but I was like, this is crappy, and just goes down into like a deeper rabbit hole of, you see, this is not the first time that the NFL has done this. ESPN has done this, right? Where you have like these beloved shows or these beloved commentators or just like these sports analysts, and it's brutal, dude. And it just, if they're not getting numbers or making enough money, and that's like the crappy part about it, which is why I like this platform so much, because you could just go out and talk about stuff and like build a community. I don't know, man. Everything's getting worse all the time.
It's one of those things where like, if they were able to keep doing the show, I would be very happy for them. And I listened to the show a long time ago, a little bit. And I'm in the same boat where I don't listen too much because it's hard to listen to anything when you're trying to make the shit, right? You can't like invest time into an hour and a half long podcast.
Sure.
Oh.
So its wife is a pagan witch and wife's cousin is.
Oh yeah, I'm not trusting a pagan from Kansas City. You best believe that.
But no. His wife is. So this is Twisted telling you.
Ooh. His wife's cousin. Oh, so you married a witch. All right.
That's pretty dope.
I think that should give anybody hope out there.
That's pretty dope.
Be yourself, because you will find somebody to gel with. But fuck no Kansas City witches. I know. You can't. First of all, you can't trust a witch, and they're gonna sneak in some bullshit to help Mahomes be even better somehow.
So
but
specifically a Kansas City one, though.
Yeah. Now, is your wife's Denver cousin? Is she loyal to the Denver area, or she hail from Kansas City? That's what I need to know.
I mean, where are you from originally, Perna? I mean, come on now.
Denver. So this is probably good advice too.
Hey, listen.
I would not divorce a witch. Yeah.
No.
I lived in Kansas, but I was born here in Colorado.
Yeah, he lived in Kansas. So I'm saying maybe it's the same exact ideal. Like came back. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, the NFC West, 31 minutes into the show.
We're back. We did it.
I am so happy with how this show went. Also, we're off on Friday, right, Perna? Aren't you away?
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
Well, I'm not away. I'll be away next Friday, but 2 a week right now is good. Good enough.
That's fair.
Unless we want more witch talk.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway.
So, yes.
Talk about the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's perfect out here. It's great. It's fine.
I think there was a headline, a clip about James Conner recently saying the Cardinals got rid of guys who didn't want to win or weren't invested in winning or something like that. And I think like my take, the Cardinals are in the process of doing their rebuild, right? Last year was kind of a wash. God damn it. They've got their QB, as small as he might be, and Kyler Murray. I think a lot of people are excited about Trey Benson being added to the backfield behind James Conner. That could be explosive. We all know Marvin Harrison should help with the receiving core. It's, I think, another underrated guy in terms of a season this year. Colorado State alum, one Trey McBride.
There you go.
The man, so fine, he got married 3 times. But yeah, I think like Cardinals offense, you should be a little bit excited about. I like Greg Dortch. I just like him.
Just a fan.
I just like Greg Dortch.
Kyler Murray has to stay healthy, right? Like that's number one.
100%.
It's just we haven't really seen. We only saw like a little glimpse of Kyler Murray playing. So I think just when Gannon got hired, myself included, clowned a ton on the Cardinals because he was a weird dude. Although like the hard knock stuff did not help. And
buckle up. We're going to have some fun.
Exactly. Then there was the tampering idea that they tamper with the Eagles to go and get Jonathan Gannon. So it started off pretty rough. And I think a lot of people anticipated the Cardinals being like one of, if not the worst team in the league. They weren't. They were one of, but they weren't the worst. And like I said, they got some wins over some good football teams. And I just think that coming into this year, healthy, better O-line, because they invested in the O-line, getting a receiver, which they desperately needed. I'm not thinking they're going to be like world enders, but I think they're going to be enough of a competitive team where they could win 5 or 6 games, but I could see them, maybe they win 3 or 4 more. And like that puts them in a potential spot where they could even get a wild card spot. So I think it's just depending on what that secondary is going to look like, what the offense is going to look like. There's definitely a lot of question marks, but based off their play from last season and that they're just gonna be a better football team, I think they got a shot.
I think like when you're talking about the Cardinals kind of rebuilding, I really believe like they're trying to rebuild their defense, and that's what Jonathan Gannon does, right? He's a defensive guy.
Yeah.
People wanted to talk shit about him when he was with the Eagles, not being good enough, even though he was, I think, a big reason they got to the Super Bowl. But the Cardinals defense last year was terrible. Just fucking putrid.
Yeah.
And look where the Eagles defense was in points per game last year without it. So the question is, like, the defense, I don't know how much better it got. And I'm going to be honest, like, there's just a lot of guys on the Cardinals defense, like, I don't really know.
Max Melton is going to be a god for them, and I know it. And I'm so upset he didn't go to the Packers. It's fine.
Yeah. We know Budda Baker, right? Sean Murphy Bunting, know him. Know Zaven Collins because I wanted the Broncos to draft him, but that's about it.
Chris
And I think
Barnes
they're working on it. To me, it feels like a defense where we might not know a bunch of these guys, but if you believe in Jonathan Gannon, then you're going to assume he's crafting this defense to do what he wants as the defensive play caller, or if he even does that during games. I just don't know. Like, their defense has to get a lot better for me to have any faith in the Cardinals. They obviously, getting Marvin Harrison is big. They kind of stripped down their receiving core. Hollywood Brown's gone. And so I think Zay Jones he's a decent ad for Arizona, but so many questions, and they all come from defense for me.
Yeah, I think they're in the middle still of like their rebuild, but again, they could just be like, oh, they're maybe a little bit closer than people anticipated. So Twisted brings up a good point. Hey, you need a witch. Those witches.
The origin doesn't have to be from Denver. I want an unbiased curse. But if the origin is Kansas City, I just don't know if I can trust that witch.
I'm sorry. That would be if a Kansas City witch cursed the curse wheel and it just made the Chiefs win again. I'd have to laugh. I would. I'd have to laugh.
I can't have a Kansas City witch messing with my curse wheel.
Yeah. So I think they could be all over the place. I think they're around like third on like the high end, and then like, finishing third in the division, but right now like leaning fourth.
They're a 4 for me until proven otherwise.
Sure.
Except for that bird sign. I did see a cardinal. So
yeah. All right.
Is that my cardinal sin?
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right. Let's go to the team. I think.
What happened?
Am I going to just have to.
Yeah, the secondary is rough. The secondary needs to get rebuilt. It's true. All right. This team is weird. Like, the Seahawks are strange to me. I'm really happy. Well, let me put it this way. I'm really happy for McDonald because I think he's going to be a good head coach. Defensive-minded coach. If he could do with that defense what he did in Baltimore, they're going to be rocking, right? Their offense has a ton of talent on the field. Their receivers, we don't need to talk about them. They're really good, right?
Yeah.
We're going to probably see even more from JSN.
I want to see more from Jake Bobo.
Come on, baby. But Kenneth Walker, monster, just needs to stay healthy. Zach Charbonnet, monster, just needs to stay healthy. So, strong run game, strong defense. And then it comes down to Geno Smith, who at the bare minimum is a good, solid quarterback, right? At the minimum.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
They, for me, are going to be, how quickly can that defense be even better than they were? And again, like they got Woolen, who, oh my God, is so effing good. They got pieces, like they're rebuilding that defense. It's just going to be like getting Byron Murphy. We'll see how he is going to contribute. I think that they could be a surprise team, but I don't even know if I could classify them as a surprise team because I think they're just going to be a very solid football team.
Yeah, I think their defense will be better, at least more consistent, with Yamo going to be here as their head coach. And my real question is, with the new coaching regime, guys who brought in Sam Howell, traded for Sam Howell, how patient are they with Geno Smith if he's playing just kind of like good, but not great, right? Like, to me, you don't make a move for Sam Howell if you don't have some sort of desire to at least try and start him. Now you can let him be there for a year and learn. And it's so funny because Sam Howell he did a lot of things that should excite you as a football fan.
Sure.
For Washington last year. But his biggest weakness was taking sacks, right? Like, I think he had he was on pace to set the record for most sacks, but I think he was the most sacked quarterback last year.
He's just not ready. If he's going to be the guy, because he's definitely so flat, he's just not ready yet.
And that's why one reason Seattle moves on from Russell Wilson, right? Just never learned to not take sacks. So it's funny to me that they have another guy there who's got like similar like flashes of talent, but they got to try and coach out this one thing. And I don't know if you can do that or not. But I feel like we'll see Sam Howell next season at some point.
So you think so?
I mean, yeah, it's not going to be rushed, but
dude, like him learning behind Geno, I think is perfect. Like you want him to learn behind a pro like Geno Smith and see like, okay, like, do we have something here that we can really develop into being, a starting quarterback?
Yeah, and like I don't want to see Sam Howell over Geno. Like I like Geno. Last year he was fine. He wasn't as good as the year before. I hope Geno Smith plays well again this year. But it's like if the Seahawks aren't really, if they're a couple games back late in the season, I think it's more of a let's see what we got with Sam Howell versus let's keep pushing forward with Geno to get into the postseason. Because Geno's not tied there to the future. And you kind of got to have a plan after Geno, unless Geno balls out and then you can bring him back. But yeah, it's just, I think we see Sam Howell at some point.
We might like, again, I'm curious to see what they're going to look like. Right now, I have them as a very solid football team. Like if the Cardinals are finishing 4th, I have the Seahawks finishing in 3rd, and that could be with 10 wins. Like that could be 10, 11 wins.
Yeah.
I think they'll be fighting
I think
for
they're
second.
Third place team. Yeah, for sure.
I'm fighting for second. But yeah, it just seems like the Seahawks are taking their time developing their team because they have that luxury to do so. They just got a new head coach, right? Geno is going to be the guy that's going to kind of transition them into whatever team they're going to look like in the future, whether they eventually, move on sooner with a guy like Sam Howell or they go get another QB. Yeah, I think just build up the defense and stuff. Like they're rocking.
Yeah, I think Leonard Williams, they acquired him mid-season last year, right? Is that when he came over and then they extended him? Is that what happened?
The Giants, yeah.
And then they get Byron Murphy in the draft.
Murphy, yep.
Like their defense should be good, should be improved.
Yep. And again, I think McDonald could be the guy. So. Now, you want to talk about your team that you're very high on. You are very high on the LA Rams.
Am I?
You kept talking about him in the offseason, about how good you thought they were going to be.
Well, I mean, I just like Matthew Stafford.
Last year, I was dead wrong about the Rams. I was dead wrong. Because I just didn't know. I was like, the offensive line, I don't know how good that's going to be. Stafford, last time we saw him, it wasn't really that good. And then, bam, they played pretty darn well. Made it into the wild card, lost to the Lions. But, dude, I mean, they're wide receivers. You got Cooper Kupp and you got Puka Nacua, who came out of nowhere, too.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to come down to their defense. About how good of a team they're going to be.
You lose maybe the best defensive player of the last 20 years. How do you replace that? Well,
yeah.
I mean, Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, got 2 rookies. You're hoping kind of form one Aaron Donald. Do they have like that machine from The Fly and they could just put Verse and Fisk in there and turn them into one Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
Here's my question. Who the fuck names their kid Dresser? Was he birthed at home? And his mother just looked at the first piece of furniture in the room, was like, "You shall be Dresser. You're lucky. You were almost Ottoman. You were almost TV stand." How did I miss Dresser win? I hope we see him play a game.
It's a great last name.
Yeah.
It's a great last name.
I would have called him Champ Win. Just like Champ Bailey. Champ Win. Dresser. Born in Dresden, Tennessee.
He was
on the dresser? Oh,
he was conceived on the
you were
dresser.
conceived on a dresser. This is Dresser Win and meet his brother Pillow.
Hold on. Now I need to look at. Wait, he was born in Dresden too. Look
I
at
know. Dresden would have been a cool first name. He's probably named like after some like a family member, some beloved family member, and I'm just like a real asshole right now.
Yeah, it is, but that's not new. All right, hold on. Rams first stint, so that was 23. He was waived, and this is his second stint. Okay, personal life. NCAA allowed to use their name, image, and likeness. He became the first collegiate athlete to endorse a political candidate with Colin Johnson. There you go. For District Attorney of Tennessee's 27th Judicial District. I wanted to know, like, does he have siblings and are they named like Cabinet? That's what I want to know.
Okay, let's see. I've got. Oh man, it doesn't give siblings. Let's see here. Dresser Win. Are you in Wikipedia?
I found his Instagram. Okay, hold on.
Is it just pictures of dressers? This is my favorite oak dresser. Oh, check out this cherry dresser.
He's going to find this and be like, that was my grandfather's name.
Yeah. He's like, what the fuck, man?
Anyway, so the Rams, again, I think it's going to come down to their defense. Their offense, I think, is going to be good. Kyron Williams, also getting Blake Corum. That should be
That's
fun.
a 1-2 punch.
That should be fun. Be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say more depends on the defense. Very high upside, very high ceiling. Like, could be 10-11 win team just around like where the Seahawks were. It's just going to depend on what their defense looks like. So,
yeah, I think like.
Hold on. Thank you, Sean. He has two siblings, Laurel
and
Tinley.
Tinley.
Okay, so now which one? If you had to choose a Dresser, Laurel, or Tinley? You got it. Laurel, I feel like
Laurel's fine.
Laurel's like it's a little bit of an older name, but like that's
it's like a little shy of like Lorelei, right? Like,
like Laurel, exactly.
Tinley
and Dresser.
Look at that tin can over there. We're gonna call our boy Tin. It's a girl. Tinley. Nailed it. They are from Tennessee, so I think I just nailed the accent too. And there goes my Southern audience. Fuck!
Tinley or Dresser?
This is drawer. Floor mat. This is floor mat.
Shelf. We got shelf.
And the child we actually love, duvet.
So where do you have the Rams finishing?
Right ahead of my fifth child, sock.
It's like it just gets more and more specific. Yeah. First kid is dresser, then it's drawer, then it's sock, then it's lint. Like, you know, then it's lint. We're just like getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
This is phone charger next to my bed.
Samsung, Apple.
Yeah. Phone charger next to my bed, Grossi Perna.
It's beautiful, honestly.
Yeah. I think the Rams will be good. I think their offense is great, Tom. I really do. And I think we saw it click last year. Maybe a little later. Stafford was healthy. Found a new weapon. Kyron Williams is really the difference maker. So And they got like your third guy, Boston Scott.
Yeah.
He always
do
came
well
in
against
for
the
the
Giants.
Eagles for one game, kind of went off. It's hard when you're putting a lot on two rookies, edge and defensive end there. But, like, I think they'll be good. I like those draft picks.
There you go.
I think they'll be fighting for one, but I think they ultimately finish second. And I think we're talking about the 49ers as the first place finishers in the division still. Obviously, the X factor there is the Super Bowl hangover. It's hard to place a value on that intangible. But
unless you're the Chiefs.
Yeah. The roster's still fucking stacked, though, right now.
Yeah, they lost some peeps, but I mean, they didn't lose Brandon Aiyuk because everything about that apparently we're fine, at least for one more season. Yeah, like their offense is still ridiculous. It's going to be, I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year, but like in terms of like regular season success, but I still think they're going to be in the playoffs. Like they're going to be a good football team.
Yeah. This is what's scary about like the Niners. They got Ricky.
That's Scooter's guy.
Pearsall and Isaac Guerendo. Like two athletic freaks, right? And those are that's like your third option in the receiving game. He's your third string running back at the moment.
Yeah.
Like if they get Guerendo in there filling in for McCaffrey from time to time, like that's a weapon. When we're talking about like the Niners and losing that Super Bowl, they didn't have Hufanga for that game, right? He got hurt before. They lost Dre Greenlaw during that game. They're a team that should be better just by those guys getting healthy and back on the field. My favorite Edgar Allan Poe poem, The Amador Lenore, turns out to be like a very solid corner for the Niners. So they're still good. They're still got a great coach. And that's the thing, like when you're talking about the NFC West, you believe in Shanahan, you believe in McVay. We think McDonald will be good, but we don't know. And we don't know if Jonathan Gannon is a great head coach yet. And I got to bank on those two coaches until like
you're going with the stuff that you could be like, hey, I can rely on this.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think that it's going to be a little bit of a battle. I think it'll be a little bit of a closer race. Could be completely wrong. But I think the 49ers, it's their division to lose right this second.
Yeah. And I would like to see something different. I'd like to see the division shake up a little bit, but I do want to see McCaffrey get a Super Bowl win. I want Kyle Shanahan to get a Super Bowl win as a head coach.
I'm okay.
They still are paying Brock Purdy, $13 an hour to be quarterback. So that's why they are able to keep all these guys, at least for this season.
It's true. It's just below minimum wage.
Yeah. You get money back on the salary cap for how little they pay.
Tax
Brock
purposes.
Purdy.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're paying him like a dresser. They're paying him like a dresser, Tom.
An IKEA dresser.
I feel so bad. I bet Dresser's just like the nicest guy too. I would have, but if my name were Dresser, I'd probably change it. I might change it to shoe.
I want you to just bring him on the show and just be like, so like, do you like the name Dresser? All right, so if you're going with rankings, how are you doing that real quick before we close that out?
Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals. Not doing anything weird.
Okay. Yeah, I can get on board with that. I think 2 and 3 are up for grabs, but yeah, I agree with that. Oh yeah, Steve Wilkes.
Poor Wilkes.
Yeah, I mean, he just wasn't consistent throughout the season. It wasn't. And again, like that first half, it wasn't on him in the Super Bowl. All
right, I'll put it this way. Well, Do you think Nick Bosa plays better or worse if Trump is president?
Can I tell you, as soon as you said Bosa, I knew exactly what the question was. Like, can I tell you, I was like, I know exactly what the question is.
It's an election year for Nick Bosa. Better or worse?
That is that's the over-under. That's the one that you're going like, let's go back to this in November. It's a good question.
Does he play mad if this guy loses? Here we go, Rachel.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
No. Spin it again.
Is that a wrestler? Is that a wrestle man? Is that Cody Rhodes?
It's not Cody Rhodes. It
is that not Hulk Hogan?
Nope. It's Joe Hendry.
Who's Joe Hendry?
They believe in him from London to Paris, even all the way to Tokyo. They believe in Joe Hendry. So Joe Hendry is a wrestler who wrestles for TNA, but he wound up.
I would wrestle for that too, Tom.
NXT last night at a debut match, which was pretty cool. But yeah, you should watch his entrance. I'll show it to you. It's pretty fantastic.
I'll check it.
Yeah, I'll show it to you real quick. I don't know if it's gonna get copyrighted, so like I won't show it on here. But like, yeah, it's actually no. I should be able to. I'm gonna show you real quick. I'm gonna listen. This guy here. Hold on.
Joe Hendry.
Listen to this pop. Listen to this pop.
Let me see this pop.
All right, hon. Let's do this. Let's do present. So he came out last night to surprise an NXT, which is like not the company he wrestles for. It's 10 out of 10.
Oh my God, it's perfect.
Believe in Joe Hendry, baby.
It is.
Purdy, what do you got coming out today, buddy?
That guy's cool. That guy gets it. I'll have the WNBA video coming out today.
Nailed it.
It's been in the works for a while. We got 82 tweets for the Aaron Rodgers Which recommendation. Thank you, guys. If we get some more, that would be real sick.
Hey.
I believe.
Hell yeah. I think I'm having a reaction video come out today. I don't know. I'm going to do a Patreon and YouTube member Q&A tomorrow night. I think, hold on. Let me just triple check. I have to be on a podcast tonight, so I just got to make sure. Let's see. Hold on real quick. That's at 7. Yeah, I couldn't get it done. Okay, so, yeah, tomorrow night I'm going to have Q&A. So, we're going to rock.
Nice.
But folk, yeah, I had to do 2 because I wasn't able to do one in June. So, yeah, do 2 in July.
We got to make up.
That's it. Got to make it up. But folks, thank you so much for watching. We're not here Friday. We'll be back here on Monday. We'll be there. There you go. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. It's GPS. And you have been navigated. I gotta watch some soccer today, too.
And you've reached your wee destination.